Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live. Perfect timing. George Pickens scores, and the Cowboys take the lead over the Giants. We've got Rangers looking to rally here. They've already rallied back to a 2-2 tie. Mike Hellman up to bat right now. Takes a terrible strike call right there, but what's new? Nothing new. Oh, my goodness. Ridiculous. Mike Hellman is going to ground out here. So that is going to be the inning. We head to a good play. That might be worth reviewing. Nice play by McNeil there, seriously. Whew. Nice little glove flip there from McNeil. Let's see that one again. Good to see all y'all. Happy Sunday. Brian, happy Sunday, man. Thanks for hanging out. Sure enough. We go to the bottom of the eighth. Cowboys, by the way, less than a minute left in that game. Cowboys now ahead in that one, 34-30. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Hopefully we can go 2 for 2 today. Cowboys and Rangers here. Be awesome. Don't mind me. I'm going to get my setup situated here. I got signed out on my YouTube TV, so I got to get this game back up, this Cowboys game back up. I saw the touchdown. It was actually perfect timing. And then all of a sudden, you've been signed out. Technology. Am I right? Technology. Appreciate all y'all hanging out. We're bringing you the finish of this Cowboys game and of this Rangers game. It should be good stuff. 2-2 tie for the Cowboys in the bottom of the eighth. Cowboys up 34-30. Giants driving. Russell Wilson and the offense been moving the ball well. We'll finish out this game with y'all. Wilson drops back, fires deep down the field, and that's going to be incomplete. Cowboys playing the zone today. You don't have, obviously, everybody at full health in the secondary, Bland, and the zone has gotten burned multiple times today, especially that last touchdown. Diggs chasing after, and the Giants going ahead 30-27. Lot to break down in this game, but here is what I say with this Cowboys game. Division game, rivalry game, just got to win it. It hasn't been the prettiest game, but you just got to win some of these. We finish it out. 2nd and 10, 41 seconds left. Robert Garcia, by the way, in the game for the Rangers. Wilson pocket collapsing. He escapes. He's going to take off and run. Cowboys will tackle him. Plus territory now. They are over the 50-yard line. Ball should be at about the 48 or 47 at Dallas. RG winds up, throws strike one. We got a little bit of everything going for you today. Good seeing all y'all. Rangers, by the way, in that top of the 7th inning, if you missed it, you had a number of quality ABs. Wyatt Langford works a 3-2 walk. Jock Pederson comes up, delivers the game-tying 2-run single. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful. 33 seconds left in this Cowboys game. Robert Garcia gets strikeout number 1 of the inning. He K's Nimmo, who had a home run in his last at-bat. That's a big strikeout. First and 10. Got to keep everything in front here. Russell Wilson fires. Winds up deep. Oh, my goodness. You got to be kidding me. Giants score. Neighbors. Hail Mary bomb. The one thing you couldn't do. The one thing you couldn't allow to happen. At least Robert Garcia gets out number 2. The one thing you could not allow to happen. Cowboys have 25 seconds left and 3 timeouts. At least you got that. You got some time to get into Aubrey territory. This defense has been terrible It's hard to watch. It is hard to watch. I just don't even understand how that happens. It's literally all they can do. They didn't have, I don't think, any timeouts left. All you had to do was keep it in front. You might as well have put everybody on the goal line, honestly. Secondary's been getting burned all day. We just talked about it. The zone has just not been good. Look, penalty on the play as well. Hands to the face. Doesn't matter. Neighbors still makes the play. He's a great talent. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. Can't believe it. And I'm sorry. I know everybody's going to say Cowboy's going to Cowboy. You just cannot believe. Young's going to make a nifty play here and get the third out of the inning. We go to the top of the ninth. We're bringing you the live action from both the Cowboys-Giants game and from the Rangers-Mets game right now. Email, appreciate the gifts, brother. Thank you so much. I need them right now. I need something to cheer me up after watching that Cowboys touchdown. My goodness. I don't even know what to say. We literally were just talking about the Cowboys secondary and how you just had to keep everything in front. They've gotten burned a few times today. This zone that they've been running has not worked out awesome. Yes, the Giants have Neighbors, a dynamic receiver. Russell Wilson, a good deep ball thrower. A little bit wild. You just can't quite believe. You know what's coming and you still can't stop it. Ridiculous. Cowboys are going to bring this one out. And looks like they're going to have it at about the 33, 19 seconds left in this one. Bacon Reader, yeah, I get grumpy when the Cowboys lose for sure. Look, the Rangers game might end up cheering me up. We'll see how this Rangers game ends up, but just no reason this Cowboys game had to go like this. Look, I believe they've got a shot here, 3 timeouts, 19 seconds. It doesn't seem like much, but when you've got a guy like Brandon Aubrey, you figure if you can just get it to around the 50, you've got an opportunity indoors here to tie this one up. I know that sounds crazy, but bro has got a leg. He's got a leg. Fingers crossed for the Rangers for sure. Appreciate you hanging out. We got a smaller crowd today, obviously, with a lot of football on the menu. I'm sure a lot of people are watching some of the other games going on, but hopefully we'll get some more tuning in. Yeah, I don't understand that either, Brian. No clue. Natalie, what's good? Yes, umpires have not been great. Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Josh Young, definitely it has not been his best day. He did have a nifty little play there to end the bottom of the 8th inning, but Josh Young, I've said it a number of times, and I think you have to try and trust me on this one. I like Josh Young a lot. You know, you see his bobblehead in the background here. I know y'all can't see it, but there you go. Like, I love Josh Young. He's a great story for the Rangers organization. Texas kid, San Antonio kid, Texas Tech guy. I would be okay if the Rangers opened up third base next year. I don't think Josh Young needs unlimited runway. I'd be okay if the Rangers opened it up. He could get a huge hit today. I'd feel the exact same way. I would be okay if the Rangers opened up third base next year to competition. Cody Freeman, an outside guy. Cowboys, by the way, Fergie's going to make a catch over the middle. 8 seconds remaining. They're in Aubrey territory. You never know here. Josh Young, as we were saying, though, not the worst player you've ever seen. I definitely think Bro has one of the worst approaches in this Rangers team at this point. Just the approach never changes. It doesn't matter if there's 2 strikes. It doesn't matter if there's no strikes. Doesn't matter if it's 3-1, 2-0. The approach is always the same. It never changes. And it's so frustrating. Josh Young just does not understand situational hitting. And if he does understand it, he just can't do it consistently enough. 1 and 2, by the way, to Higgy. We need Road Higgy showing up here. And there's Road Higgy showing up. Road Higgy drives one to left. Cowboys are going to run the ball here. Interesting move. I mean, look, I like the play, but why did he stop? You could have gotten about 3 or 4 more yards there. I don't know why Williams stopped so short. You could have got probably 3 or 4 more yards there. I know he's thinking about the clock, but my goodness. Luke A., I like Higgy as well. they need to go ahead and they need to just get a primary catcher. Hickey can be a good secondary option. They need to get a primary guy. Need to. Hickey's going to get pinch run for here. Aubrey, 64-yard field goal. Let's see if we can get it here. 64-yard attempt. Zeke steals second. Did they say he got pushed off the base? I think they're ruling he got pushed off the base, and so he's safe. Here's the field goal try. It's up. It is good. And the Cowboys tie it. This game's going to overtime. Looks like Zeke got pushed off the base. That's what they're ruling here. Yeah, that's got to be a push-off, man. That has got to be a push-off. I'm sorry. It's got to be a push-off. Let's see what they're ruling here. This is interesting. And the Cowboys, by the way, just tie the game. Beautiful kick by Aubrey. I think they're ruling, and you guys let me know, they are ruling that he got pushed off the base by Lindor. That was what I saw. Aubrey, by the way, he probably had 70 on that. Aubrey could have hit that from 70 easily. Good stuff. Hat, by the way, is New Era. Go on New Era app. I need my own code. I seriously do for how much I get questions on this hat. But look, New Era. This is an A-frame. This is a trucker, actually, but they sell these fitted as well if you like the fitted. One of my favorite hats. We're going to overtime right now. Rangers have a runner on second. Nobody out. Cody Freeman. Who else up to bat right now? He's going to bunt one. It is a nice one. Throw to first. And Cody is out. Runner gets to third base. Rangers playing small ball. You love to see it. Something that the Rangers have not done great over the course of the year, but with some of these young guys, some of the JV Rangers, the Frisco Express guys, you're seeing the Rangers enable small ball a little bit more, and you love it. You love it. Let's go Rangers. Let's go Cowboys. Let's get this done. Let's go 2 for 2 here. Come on. Josh Smith lines one, and that is going to be an ending double play. Oh, my goodness. Josh Smith gets sawed off. Soft line drive to Lindor. The situational hitting is just atrocious with some of these Rangers, man. It's just atrocious. Look, Josh, I'm really, really sorry. Let me go back to that AB, and let's just look at it, man. You're talking about first pitch. And I wish I could show this. I wish I could show this first pitch. What are you doing? Swinging at a pitch that was literally a foot inside. That is, I mean, Natalie, I hear what you're saying on Duran. Duran's going on contact, right? They're telling Duran to go on contact, Natalie. I don't think that you can really blame Duran there. I don't think at all that's Duran's fault. They're telling Duran, go on contact. It's a low line drive. Lindor makes a nice play on it. That's not Ezekiel Duran. That whole sequence totally goes on Josh Smith. You go back, you look at the pitch that Josh Smith swung at. Is that a pitch that you're swinging at when you're looking for a pitch to drive in the outfield? I mean, I wish I could show it to y'all. The pitch was literally a foot inside. That's the pitch that you're trying to take deep. That's the pitch that you're trying to loft into the air for the game go-ahead run. I don't see how anybody blames Duran there. Duran's going on contact. He's reading low ball, and he is trying to score. I don't blame Duran. That is all Josh Smith, baby. You have got to pick out a better pitch. You're swinging first pitch, ball 6 inches to a foot inside. I'm sorry. That is a terrible approach, and it just goes to what I've been saying about a lot of these Rangers. You got about maybe 3 or 4 guys that go up there with good approaches. It's a terrible approach from Josh Smith there. There's no other way around it. No other way around it. That was horrible. Horrible from Josh Smith. Look, if you swing at a good pitch and you happen to get out, I'm still not happy about it, but that was a terrible pitch. That was a terrible pitch. I can't emphasize that enough. I think you can live with him swinging at a pitch right down the middle and popping it up. It still sucks. But come on, baby. You're swinging at a pitch almost a foot inside. Ridiculous. Cowboys are going to get the ball first here. Y'all know the drill. You score a tutty, you win the ball game. You kick a field goal, Giants will get the ball back. And if the Cowboys punt it or turn it over, next score wins. It's unfortunate, Matt. Really unfortunate. Just like this Cowboys penalty is, which is going to back them up. You hope the Cowboys can just go methodical here down the field. Score that touchdown. 10 minutes, by the way, in the overtime period. Bought the hat on New Era app. Go to the New Era app or just newera.com, and you can buy it there, Miguel. Appreciate you hanging out, man. No, JN, that's what we're saying. It was a horrible pitch to swing at. First pitch was horrible. Go to your game day, go to your MLB app. Look at that sequence. It is literally a pitch that is probably a foot inside, and Josh Smith is trying to swing at it. First pitch. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yep, and Zach, you got the Astros losing. You got to figure out a way here. By the way, Armstrong on right now to try and send this game to extra innings. You know what else is unfortunate? I don't want to bring the vibes down because we just got to strike out. Armstrong strikes out Mullins there. Or Beatty, excuse me. Mullins coming up right now. You have a big series coming up next, right? You got the Astros on deck. You want all hands on deck for that series. The last thing you want to do is play a 12 or 13 inning game right here. That's the last thing you want to do. This is a big game. Brian, 100% correct. You got to get this game. You can't pitch weird. You can't sequence this weird because you're worried about the Astros series. You've got to win the game that's in front of you right now. But that is a perspective, right? You've got the Astros coming up next. You want the bullpen fully healthy, fully ready to go. And now you got to play an extra inning ball game. By the way, Mullins up. If anybody can get on after Mullins, it'll be Alvarez and then Lindor. Appreciate all you guys. Yeah, JN, the ump's been terrible. Dale, I'm with you. It sucks. But look, now that the Red Sox are kind of fading a little bit themselves, we have got much, much better opportunity with 3 teams now, only 2 games up. Pierce, I actually got to say, I don't blame Duran on that play. I mean, and I'm not trying to be one of those, you don't know ball. I think your comment is totally valid, right? I think it's totally valid. But I will say this, Duran's going on contact there. They're telling him, anything on the ground, you're going. And that ball was a low sinking line drive. It was very poorly hit. Josh Smith has to be better in that spot. I don't know how you go to Duran in that moment. I think you got to go to Josh Smith. It is a terrible at bat from Josh Smith. Terrible at bat. I could not have been a worse at bat from Josh Smith. I don't want to see any Duran slander like he was the problem. The problem was Josh Smith. Josh Smith has one job to do, and that job is to put the ball in the air. And you're trying to swing at a pitch that was about a foot inside. It's just a terrible approach from a veteran hitter that the Rangers are supposed to be relying on. Single, by the way, and right now we've got Alvarez up to bat. Again, Lindor's coming up next. Soto would be on deck. A nice double play ball here would really do wonders. You do not want to have to face Soto. You don't really want to have to face Lindor either. Cowboys got a break. Dak in the center had a little bit of an issue here. Tolbert drops one, and it is 4th down. Jalen Tolbert, come on, baby. You have got to catch that football. That is really unfortunate. Just so unfortunate. Jalen Tolbert, come on, baby. You have got to catch that football, Jalen Tolbert. Oh, my goodness. Drops are just killing the Cowboys. Like, in the Philly game, you had CeeDee Lamb. I know the DB's happy. It wasn't bad defense by any means. It was great defense. But that was right in Tolbert's hands. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Good punt down to about the 5-yard line. This one's going to get fielded, and the Cowboys will make the tackle around the 12 or 13. 2-1 count here to Alvarez. Right down the middle, and 2 strikes now on the Mets catcher. Rangers in big need of a double play ball, please. Brian, I'm not feeling great right now about the Cowboys' chances with how bad the defense has been playing. You never know. Maggie, appreciate the gift so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ball in the air here. Should be foul. Doley going to watch it. Good charge into it. Glad it got foul. And here are the Giants. Field goal wins it. 6:46 remaining in this one. Cal Raleigh, by the way, or myself, excuse me, just hit another home run. 54 on the year now. Crazy. Cal Raleigh, baby. Wilson winds up, and he's going to hit Neighbors for a 15-yard gain. Alvarez called out on strikes, and the Rangers are now 1 out away, but they got to get through Lindor, trying to send this game to extra innings. Neighbors, man, he has had himself a day. My goodness, he has had himself a day. India, look, Josh Smith's AB was not great. I don't know if I would say it's all his fault, but look, Josh Smith swinging at such a terrible, terrible pitch. By the way, beautiful play. Zeke Duran. That's what I mean. No Zeke Duran slander. What was Zeke doing so far off the base? He's going on contact. He's reading low liner, possibly going to hit the dirt, and trying to score the go-ahead run. Josh Smith is the knucklehead swinging at a pitch. A foot inside. Zeke Duran. Beautiful play. Possibly game-saving. Love it. Yes, my favorite rule coming into play here, the Ghost Runner rule. Favorite rule in all of baseball. What happened here on this Cowboys play, man? Was that incomplete? Was that a fumble? What happened? What happened? What was that? Young has been really cold, Juan. Young, we already kind of talked about it, but Young, to me, the third base spot can be open next year. I like Josh Young a lot. There's no reason why the Cowboys need to go into 2026 with Josh Young locked in. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all really love the Jungle Cat, and I like him a lot too, but he hasn't shown enough, and I'm team over individual. I want to see the team do well. There's zero reason to be locked in to Josh Young at third base. Long throw here. Cowboys are going to get off the field here. Giants will punt. There's 5 minutes left. You play this right. The Giants should not have an opportunity to get the ball back. And you have the Cowboys with the chance to win it. Field goal does it. Wilson overthrows the deep ball. Nobody home. And the Giants will send it away. Yeah, look, here's what I'll say about the Ghost Runner rule, which I'll give the synopsis because everybody who's been listening to me for a couple years now has heard the sermon. But for all my new listeners, Ghost Runner rule, first of all, it's not real baseball. I mean, let's just start there. It's not real baseball. Real baseball is 0 people on to start the inning, and it's 0 outs, and it's can you score a run? In the extra innings, it shouldn't be any different. Now, with that being said, think about the Ghost Runner rule. If you played the game, you understand how big a run scored can be for momentum. And when a team scores first, there's something about it. Nobody's thinking, hey, you get equal opportunity here. Nobody's thinking about that. When you put a run on the board, it's deflating. Now, does that mean that it's impossible to come back from? No. The Rangers could score here. The Mets could easily come back and score in the bottom of the 10th. I do think it is a big deal, though. I do think it's something. You've got momentum shifting immediately when the away team scores. It's just not my favorite thing. And I would like to see the rule go back. If you're going to do the Ghost Runner rule because of the game and because of holding arms, saving arms, I should say, and saving time, I'd rather see the game end in a tie. I want to be clear. I'd rather just see them play traditional baseball, but I'd rather see the game end in a tie over doing the stupid Ghost Runner rule. Terrible strike call, by the way, on Wyatt Langford. Terrible strike call. This guy has been horrible all game long, and you guys know I try not to lead off with umpires. I don't think I have. This guy's been terrible. Dak sacked in a 2nd and 18 coming up here. Pickens gets away, makes a beautiful move. Pickens has the first down. My goodness. Josh Smith advances to third base. Langford gets the job done. Good productive out by Wyatt. Good productive out by Wyatt. Love it. That's all you needed to do. Eagle, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not sure. And Eagle, don't take this the wrong way, but I just don't understand how the diehards of the game love this rule. I just don't get it. Agree to disagree, of course, but I just don't understand how the diehards love this rule. I don't get it. By the way, Jock Pederson up to bat right now, and it is going to be, let's see, 1-0. You had to pause there for a second with how bad this umpire's been. Go Cowboys, go Rangers, my guy. Lil Mark, sorry about it. 2nd and 29, though. Pickens made a great play, but apparently it was too good. Offensive PI. Cowboys, 2nd and 29. You got to get a good chunk here. They're going to run it and get absolutely nowhere. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Go, baby. Williams. That is potentially a game-saving play. Williams, I thought he was dead in the backfield. He sneaks out and makes this 3rd and manageable. My goodness. Eagle, I would rather see a tie than see the ghost runner rule, but let me be clear. I'd rather just see them play traditional baseball. Eric, yeah, Big Game James, if you're still hanging out, thank you for the updates. I did see 2-0 Seattle. They just keep winning. Big Game James and I were texting, though. One of our supporters here of the show, unfortunately, a Mariners fan. Big Game James, we still love you. I just got to give you a hard time. But look, I was basically telling him, look, the real test for Seattle is going to be this next week on the road. You got Kansas City, you got Houston. This road trip is going to be a big test for Seattle. So Rangers fans, I've kind of said to you in so many words, let's see how Seattle does this next week, right? They've been winning a lot of games. They've been at home. Let's see how Seattle does on the road. Right now, you're right. They can't lose. I will say, though, we got to see what they do on this road trip. They have not been as good on the road. At home, Rangers been the same way. Jock Pederson, by the way, going to take a walk here. So, look, Adolis Garcia up. Let's see if Adolis can do some situational hitting here. We need the ball in the air. Air. I don't know how else I have to say this. We cannot have a ground ball here. Ball's got to be in the air. Has to be. 3rd and 10 right now for the Cowboys. 3:52 left. Dak fires. Short of the sticks. Great open field tackle by the Giants. Outstanding. And it's going to be a tough call here on 4th down. I almost think going for it might have to be what happens. Are they going to let Brandon Aubrey kick a field goal here? Are they letting Aubrey go for the field goal? I saw him getting on the helmet. Oh, my goodness. Doley 0-1 right now. Hellman had a single. They pinch hit for him earlier, SM. Or they pinch hit to get Hellman on the field earlier. 4th and 5. Cowboys are going to punt. Oh, man. I hate giving the ball back right here. Such a botched job by the Cowboys. You should have been able to wear that clock down and really not allow the Giants to have any opportunity. This game might end in a tie at this rate. That's your best bet, I think, if you're a Cowboys fan. I mean, maybe you can use the timeouts. I don't know. 0-2 on Adolis. Not a great start. And Adolis strikes out swinging. I'm trying so hard not to go off on this. I would love to see a replay of the check swing, but that's just a terrible at bat from Adolis. Such a terrible AB. You're talking about a 3-pitch strikeout. It can't happen. It just can't happen. I don't love inserting Adolis. So what I was going to say, not trying to go scorched earth, but I don't love Adolis coming back and hitting 4th. It's very stupid. Doley was not killing it when he was not injured, before he got injured. I just don't understand why you're inserting Adolis back into the cleanup spot one game after an injury. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. All right, up to Rowdy Tellez here. He's been a hero. Last night, he was a hero. Tied up the game at 2. All right, here we go. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Screen pass that doesn't go anywhere. Cowboys had that read like a book. By the way, Rowdy Tellez now in a 1-1 count. 2:30 and counting for the Giants-Cowboys game. Giants have the ball, 2nd and 13. Rowdy Tellez, by the way, is going to pop out here, and the Mets will have a chance to win it. It is crazy how sports work, y'all. That's all I'm going to say. Just, you had the chances of each team winning looking so good. Cowboys we got on right now. We got the Rangers on right now. Just the chances were so good. Cowboys interception, though. What is Russell Wilson doing? What is Russell Wilson doing? Oh, my goodness. I just saw a couple boys in the Discord talking about when is Wilson just going to chunk one up that gets picked off. Sure enough, right on cue. Cowboys getting gifted the game right now. Wow. Interception. Wilson, baby. He picks that one off, and the Cowboys have life. They're going to have the ball at their own 45-yard line with the chance to win it on an Aubrey field goal. Jackson, can we not throw it to Jalen Tolbert, please? Yeah, look, Tolbert, he's had some big drops today. He's had one at least. I thought I saw a second one. Cowboys have had some issues with drops. Dak, I really feel like, obviously, probably would say he could play better. Dak's had some money throws today and really done a nice job putting it on receivers. Big drop by Jalen Tolbert in the late stages of this one on a pivotal 3rd down. Yeah, Tolbert not doing himself any favors, that's for sure. Let's keep going. Let's go back to the Rangers game. Thoughts on intentionally walking first batter here? I think that you got to strongly consider walking Soto and then bringing up Alonso. I think at this point I'm a little more worried about Juan Soto than Pete Alonso. I think you really should consider the walk here. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. By the way, Curvelo on. Curvelo's been a little bit up and down this year. You know, right now, by the way, they do end up intentionally walking. So, Brian, you were right on the money there. Curvelo on the year, though, a 4.50 ERA. Granted, he doesn't have a ton of innings pitched, but they are going to intentionally walk Juan Soto here. Luke Malley's going to be back, I think, for the Marlins series. I think he'll be back for the Marlins series. I don't think he's going to pitch in the Houston series. I think he'll be back for the Marlins series when we head back home for the Friday night game. I'm a little nervous about Curvelo as well, India. We'll see what happens here. Pete up to bat right now. Pete Alonso, by the way, on the day is 0 for 3 with a walk. George Pickens comes through for the Cowboys here. Big catch. Cowboys are in business. Pickens runs a nice route over the middle of the field. Ball was a little underthrown. He still makes the catch. And the Cowboys are in field goal range. Cowboys may sneak away with this one. What you got to do is you got to be careful with the management of the clock here. You cannot give the Giants a chance with a lot of time. Work this clock so you are the one that has the ball last. Make the Giants use some timeouts. Work this clock so you have the ball last. Do not give the Giants an opportunity here. Pete Alonso, 1-1, by the way. And Pete Alonso is going to send one deep. That's trouble. Game over. Game over. The Rangers are going to lose this one by a score of 5-2. Pete Alonso rounds the bases. He plays hero today. Rangers win the series, but drop a winnable game. Oh, I can only imagine what's going down on X right now. What's going on in really all social media with some of this Rangers decision-making lineup. Adolis Garcia, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. Full attention now getting paid to the Cowboys game, by the way. Rangers lose this one. We will absolutely give our post-game analysis. So if you want post-game analysis for Rangers, it's coming soon. We are going to finish out this Cowboys game. Cowboys, 4 seconds left. Aubrey with a chance to win it. You're either going to get a tie or you're going to get the win here. Let's see. What do we got? OT and extra innings. It was fun. Let's see if we can at least go 1 for 2 here. Aubrey going to have about a 46-yard field goal. 45, 46-yarder. Aubrey sets up. You wonder if Giants ice a little bit here. See if they ice or if they just let it go. Looks like they're going to ice. Aubrey going for the winner. 3 for 3 today. 51, 44, and 64. He has made some long shots today. This is going to be tied for his shortest kick of the year. The kick is up, and Brandon Aubrey's going to connect on a 46-yarder. The Cowboys get their first win of the season. They beat the Giants by a score of 40-37. Brandon Aubrey scores 12 points. And the Cowboys get an overtime win. They needed all 10 minutes of it. They beat a division rival. Way closer than what it needed to be. But you know what? We take it. Division game, rivalry game, you take this. No complaints from me, y'all. Look, we'll get into what needs to be better. We'll get into all that. But at this point, you take exactly what you got today, which is a win. You take the win. We'll look at the box score. We'll go through everything with you guys, both Cowboys and Rangers. Welcome to the show. Thank you for hanging out. Wish that the Rangers could have got the sweep. They had it all in front of them. Not able to pull it out today, though. Beautiful, beautiful game. Up until the last seconds when Pete Alonso walks it off. That Cowboys game got a little ugly. I'm not going to lie. Got a little ugly. But the Cowboys get it done. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Brandon Aubrey. Dude is money. Dude is money. Weapon, man. I don't want to think where they would be without Brandon Aubrey. Seriously. Seriously. All right. Where do we start? Let's start with the Rangers a little bit. First of all, look, you went 5-1 this week. That's huge. You went 5-1 this week. That is not nothing. That's a big something. Going 5-1 against the Brewers and the Mets, impressive. The Mets, they stay alive. They needed this game badly. And it's unfortunate that the Rangers had opportunities to win this ball game. And there's a couple of things that stand out to me, and we're going to talk about those first, and then I'll definitely get into all your guys' comments. Let's start here with the Rangers. You made a bold decision today with Adolis Garcia, a bold decision. And I think that it's the right decision to get Adolis back into the lineup. I don't dislike Adolis being in the game, and I know that might be contrary to what some of you are thinking right now. What my problem is batting Adolis in a big spot right out the gate. I don't understand Adolis hitting cleanup. I don't understand it. I don't mind that you get Adolis a warm-up game before Houston, and we were all excited to get Dolly back for the Houston series, right? I'm sorry, the overwhelming opinion on Adolis was glad he's coming back to play Houston. So for me, I don't see any problem with getting Adolis a game before you go down for a huge series with the Astros. By the way, the Astros lose, so you got at least a maintain of the lead there for a playoff spot, right? You're at least maintaining. That's a positive. But with that being said, this was a big opportunity missed. I don't think Adolis being in the lineup's the issue. I think it's where he's at in the lineup. I don't think Dolly needed to hit 4th today. I think at best he should have been hitting 6th or 7th. I don't think there's any reason you needed to be hitting him up this high in the order. And let's flip it the other way. And Alejandro Osuna did not have a bad game today. He was 1 for 2, did strike out once. What I don't understand is Mike Hellman. Like, if you're going to put Adolis Garcia into this game, why bench Hellman? Why bench him? That does not make a lot of sense to me. I don't understand why you bench Mike Hellman. It's one thing to put Adolis Garcia in. It's another thing to put Dolly in, but bench one of your hottest hitters. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. And Adolis Garcia, unfortunately, 2 huge at-bats came up brutally short. You had Adolis Garcia in this game hitting into a double play. That was big. What inning was that, by the way? Let me see if I can go back to it. Adolis Garcia, I want to say it was maybe in the early stages, maybe in the 5th. I could be wrong on that. I know Josh Young grounded into a double play as well. That was a pretty big double play. Looks like it was the 4th inning, top of the 4th inning. Jock Pederson leads off with a single. Adolis quickly grounds into a double play. He had that. He obviously had the strikeout with an opportunity to just loft the ball in the air. Brutal strikeout. 3 straight pitches. Adolis Garcia batting today was okay. Batting him 4th, not great. And look, Jack, the defensive play, man, I know Dolly slides. To me, that's probably not as tough of a play as people are making it out to be. It's a nice play. Don't get me wrong. It's not worth Adolis striking out there. Osuna makes that play. I think every Rangers outfielder makes that play. Josh Young, brutal double play. Josh Young, for me, like I said, there's not any reason why the Rangers should not open up third base next year to competition. No reason. 0 reason. They do not need to have Josh Young locked into third base next year. I don't care what happens. Josh Young has a 678 OPS. I don't care if he hits a home run tomorrow. I'll still feel the exact same way. The exact same way. Josh Young has had multiple seasons to prove himself. He had a great 2023 All-Star Game starter. That can't keep you around forever. I'm sorry. Josh Young's got to prove something. And I'm not saying you cut him, but I am saying there's no reason to go into 2026 locked in on Josh Young at third base. You've got external options. You've got internal options. There's no reason to do it. 0. You've got Cody Freeman. You've got other options to put there. You can obviously go outside and sign a free agent as well. Do I think Bochy will be back next year? It's up to him. I don't think the Rangers are going to say, see you later. I don't think the Rangers are going to kick him to the curb. I think it's going to be Bochy deciding he's done, but I think that Bochy will be back if he wants to manage. Absolutely. Simeon or Carter lead off opening day next year? I hope it's Carter. I would love to have Carter leading off next year. No, I'm putting Cody Freeman at third base, Don. I'm putting Cody Freeman at third at this point. I like Cody Freeman a lot. I like the at-bats. Cody Freeman is going to give you a better at-bat than Josh Young 10 out of 10 times. Who disagrees? Cody Freeman is going to give you a better at-bat than Josh Young 10 out of 10 times. That's why I'm okay with third base being open. I'm okay with it. Hey, appreciate it, man. Alistair, thank you so much for the comment. Are we talking Cowboys, Rangers? It was a great game for the boys, man. To just get a win, right? It was a little sloppy, but you won the game. Everything looks better when you win. There's a lot to improve on with the Cowboys. It was quite a game for the Rangers, too, honestly. It was a great game for the Rangers until that 10th inning. Great game for the Rangers until that 10th. Email, thank you for the gifts. Awful game for the Cowboys. I don't know. Here's kind of how I've always viewed it. A win's a win, and a loss is a loss. You can take moral victories. You can take things that you need to improve. But for me, you won a division rivalry game at home. That's all it's going to add up to in the box score. That's all it's going to add up to in the standings. I'm not going to sit here like maybe some Cowboys creators are. I'm not going to sit here and just crap on the team for winning a ball game. I'm sorry. You come into the wrong place. Will I talk about things that the Cowboys didn't do well on the show today? Absolutely. Am I going to call a win a terrible game? No, I'm not, because you won a game, and that is what matters. We keep rolling. Have to sweep the Stros now? I probably disagree. I don't think you have to sweep the Stros. Would a Stros sweep be awesome? Yes. Do you have to sweep Houston? No. Win 2 out of 3. Win 2 out of 3. I know that there's all this pressure, and we're feeling it. I've been sensing it from a lot of Rangers fans, like we have to win every game. Win every game. You don't have to win every game. You weren't ever going to win every game. The Rangers realistically could go 2-3 the rest of the way in every series and probably make the playoffs. You're not going to win them all. Ed, I'm with you. You're not going to win them all. I'm a little bit concerned. I think that this game is going to raise concerns as well among Rangers Nation with the vets coming back. It just sucks that in the game where you have a big veteran presence come back, you get this kind of performance from Adolis where he really did not come through today. It is just not going to help ease tensions there. Email, thank you for all the good games, man. It was a good Cowboys game. It was not a great finish to the Rangers game, but Ed, to your point, they did battle today. They did absolutely battle today. Austin, we'll see you later, man. Thanks for all the comments. Appreciate you. Caden, the defense is not good. The defense is not good. Look, having Bland back is going to help quite a bit. Deron Bland, probably the best Cowboys secondary guy. I know some people are on Diggs. Diggs is definitely a flash guy. You'll see him make some really good plays, and then you'll see him get burned like he did today on a couple of Neighbors passes. But having Deron Bland back is going to help a lot. So I am going to hold my full criticism, my full critique of the Cowboys defense back until they're at full strength. You don't have Overshown. You don't have Bland. Those are two huge players. Huge. Absolutely huge. So for me, I think you got to wait. You got to see what is going to happen when those two guys get back. How is that going to change the dynamic? Yeah, Diggs was not great, McJay. Diggs, like I said, you'll see Trayvon Diggs make some incredible plays. And then you will see him running 5 yards behind a receiver about to catch a touchdown like he did with Malik Neighbors today. Yeah. I've got to say Deron Bland, Diggs in that order. And Bland not playing today does make a big difference. I think if Bland was playing today, you would have seen a different approach. I think the Cowboys would have played a little less zone. They would have manned up a little bit more. And maybe that would have gone well. Maybe it wouldn't have. But the zone today was brutal for the Cowboys. That was a brutal watch. But like I said, and I'm going to keep saying this, you got to win today. And that is what's most important. Two email. Running back is awful. Which one? Which running back? Javonte? I mean, look, Javonte, for me, saved the game. I mean, Javonte Williams with that big run. Email with the Galaxy, baby. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. 2 Galaxies. Dang, man. The generosity, man. You're crazy. Thank you for the support. It means so much. Thank you, thank you. Much love. Williams, I don't know who is crapping on Williams. Williams, that run that he had that was dead in the backfield on second down and forever, right? That saved the game, in my opinion. Williams gets stuffed there in overtime in the backfield, and he doesn't bounce outside for that long gain. I don't know if the Cowboys win this game. I don't know how you could be bagging on Williams. Seriously. I don't know how you could be. We keep rolling. Yeah, Williams was outstanding. TikTok stream is great. Jack, I know you're not a fan, but TikTok stream is on point today. 100%. Yeah, McJ, thank you. This is the point, too, about Williams. Anybody that's down on Williams. Bro's $3 million. He's $3 million. I mean, I don't know what you're expecting out of a $3 million running back. But I'll take 18 for 97, which is what Williams went for today. Dak was impressive today. I thought Dak made a lot of good throws. He threw the ball 52 times, completed 38. They asked Dak to do a lot today. I saw a lot of good stuff from Dak. I am very pleased with what I'm seeing from Dak Prescott over the first 2 games. A lot of on-the-money throws. And look, you had the Cowboys still dropping some passes today from him. Imagine if you could eliminate the drops. I mean, Dak would have had even crazier numbers today. A couple of drops, he might have thrown for 400 today. Scatterboo is wild, man. 11 for 45 today. He had a 24-yard run. I still have nightmares about Cam Scatterboo going back to last year. Y'all know we're a pretty big Texas Longhorn fan here on the show. And Scatterboo gave the Longhorns a run for their money in the playoff last year. Nearly beat them single-handedly. I mean, Scatterboo, I did not know how good he was going to hit in the NFL, but he looks to be pretty good right now. Looks to be pretty good. Scatterboo's on a mission for CTE. I mean, look, I don't want to joke too hard about CTE. It's obviously a real thing, but I get the sentiment. Dude needs to learn how to go down sometimes. Hitting in the NFL is a little bit different than hitting in the Big 12. Just saying. Just saying, man. Kyle, I'm with you. That Rangers game was crazy winnable. And I'm going to try not to dwell too much on the negativity, but Josh Smith, a huge crap the bed moment in that inning where you had the possible go-ahead run at third base, and Josh is swinging at a pitch 6 inches to a foot inside. Like, Doley and Josh Smith, to me, just total choke jobs in their opportunities. And it's not even because they didn't get the job done. Like, I'm not saying that Doley and Josh Smith choked because they didn't get the job done. They weren't even good at bats. Like, neither at bat was quality. So don't get it twisted. I'm not saying, hey, you didn't produce, you choked. No, it goes much deeper than that. You didn't have any approach and you choked. You have got to have a better approach. Josh Smith, you cannot be swinging at a pitch nearly a foot inside on pitch number 1. That's the thing. It's the first pitch. All you're looking for is a pitch to drive. You're not driving a pitch that is a foot inside. I'm sorry. I would love, Jeremy, for this to happen with the Mariners as well, but it doesn't look like the Angels feel like playing good baseball this weekend. Seattle's going to have a true test this week on the road. You got the Royals on the road, and the Royals have faded quite a bit. Unfortunately, you would have loved for the Royals to be a little bit more in the race when this series came up. You wonder what their psyche is going to be. By the way, Mariners up 4-0 right now, threatening for more. KC did beat Philly today 10-3. So you just hope that KC keeps fighting. The Mariners are going to go to Kansas City the beginning of the week, and then they go to Houston after we do. So I do think this is going to be the true test. The true test. He got jammed on the inside pitch. Austin, that's kind of my point, right? Why are you swinging at a pitch inside? I mean, regardless of getting jammed, I still say, dude, you're swinging at a pitch a foot off. Austin, I might just be misreading the way that you're dropping the comment, man. So forgive me. Tone is sometimes hard through the comments, but you can't make any excuses for Josh Smith there. That's not a pitch that you're trying to drive off of the ninth inning guy there. who was Diaz, right? You're not going to drive an inside pitch on Diaz with the way that he throws it. You're looking for something out over the plate. You're looking for a pitch that's maybe hung. You're looking for something catching a lot of zone to drive, and that pitch was not it. It wasn't it. I hope the offense can figure it out too, Kyle. The offense has gotten some big hits this series. I cannot say the offense has been consistently good. They were 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 on base. 1 for 8, and they left 10 on base. I was looking at the Mets. Rangers 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, 10 left on base. Don, I don't want to call him not a winning player, but I got to say, I don't think Josh Smith is an everyday guy. I think he is a great platoon player. I think he has had stretches of making you feel like he's a starter, but I do think Josh Smith, Swiss Army knife platoon player, that's where he should be playing. We should not be playing Josh Smith every day. I don't think that's going to change, but we should not be playing Josh Smith every day. Yeah, Jack, it's a good point. Like, at what point do you start taking some pitches like Josh Smith? I'm sorry, first pitch swinging up there. And it's a big reason why, and some of you guys have mentioned it on TikTok, the Josh Smith leadoff experience. Austin, thanks for the follow, man. And I'm with you, Austin. We got to win 2 out of 3. Kyle, you said it. Kyle was on the money there. The Josh Smith leadoff experience, I'd like for it to be over. And I think that the at-bat at the end of the game on the 9th inning really proved my point. That's not what you want a leadoff hitter doing. Swinging at the first pitch, but swinging at a dog water terrible pitch. Like, that is just a horrible approach, and that's not what you want in a leadoff hitter. I'm sorry. A great leadoff hitter, no way you're swinging at that first pitch. It's a big reason why I don't like Marcus Semien in the leadoff role. Marcus Semien, too much of a free swinger. I would love to get a guy like Mike Hellman, a guy like Evan Carter. Even Osuna would be a better leadoff hitter than Josh Smith. At least Osuna knows how to work counts. Cody Freeman. You could put Cody Freeman in the leadoff spot. I'd like it better. Oswaldo, I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think Dolly needed to hit 4th today. Dolly didn't need to put 4th today. Soldier, yeah, look, it was working in that they weren't losing games hitting Josh Smith in the leadoff, but I think you finally see where it comes back to bite you a little bit. Josh Smith 0 for 3 with a walk today. He did have a run scored. Good on him for working a walk. But I'm sorry, the walk gets totally negated by you swinging it at a just dog crap, terrible first pitch. There's no other way to put it. I'm sorry. I know we got some Josh Smith stands in the chat, but I just don't think it's working. And I don't think that Josh needs to be an everyday player. I think you could easily have him in a catch-all Swiss Army knife platoon role. He plays 3 or 4 games a week. I don't think there's any reason you've got to continue to play Josh Smith every day. Luis, absolutely. You need a sublime performance from Adolis Garcia in Houston. It was not Dolly's game today. I don't love them thrusting him into the cleanup spot. First game back, I think 6-7. You like that? Sorry, McJay. 6-7 would have been a much better landing spot for him. Would have been a much better landing spot. This is actually an interesting idea. Why not squeeze bunt with Josh Smith batting? I don't know if they don't trust Josh Smith bunting. That would have been an idea. I just think, honestly, Bochy, to a fault, way too loyal at times. Josh Smith, the only reason he continues to hit leadoff, I think any other manager would have done something different by now. Bochy is just so loyal to these guys. And look, I've been on the record many times. I don't think you're going to do a whole lot better than Bruce Bochy as a coach. That doesn't mean he doesn't make some boneheaded calls at times, and he has this year. But Bochy's made a lot of good calls too, and he's a Hall of Fame manager, and I don't think you're going to best Bruce Bochy in the managerial spot, regardless of what you see on X, Twitter.com, all that stuff. Regardless, you're not going to do a whole lot better than Bruce Bochy. You're just not. But I don't love thrusting Garcia back into that spot. I would have loved to see him hit 6. I would have loved to see him hit at the bottom of the order today. Kyle, I'm with you. This is what I really wanted to lock in on as well to kind of end the show. And I'll say it right now, too. And we're not ending right now. We still got to preview the Astro series. Just heads up, full disclosure on that. But I think that we have to keep things positive. The Rangers had a great week of baseball. They went 5-1. That is exactly what I think you would have taken all day long. 5-1. If you would have told me we're playing the Brewers, Mets, and we're going to go 5-1 and win both series, I think I would have been beside myself. In fact, I think I said as much. 5-1. I said we go 4-2. That's a win. If we can go 5-1, that's incredible. 6-0 would be cloud nine, amazing, and we almost did it. We almost did it. But it hurts because the game was winnable, right? I think, Kyle, you agree with that too. I think you've said as much. It just hurts because this game was so winnable. Yeah, I think it's a lot about the Astros and the Red Sox too, Swolger. Don't forget about the Red Sox as well. Adolis, it feels like he did kind of mess up the mojo, but I do blame Boch a little bit. Would have loved to see Adolis hit more towards the bottom of the order. Would have loved that. By the way, let's go through the box score. We already said 0 for 3 for Josh Smith, 0 for 4 for Wyatt Langford. He did work a walk. Wyatt had a couple of hits last game. You would have loved to have seen Wyatt really come out, continuing to hit well based on his performance last night. Wasn't meant to be, but he did have a nice sac fly there in the top of the 10th to move a runner over. Did strike out a couple of times today. Jock Pederson had a great game, 2 for 3, 2 walks, 2 RBI. Jock would have, I think, easily been MVP of the game today. I mean, barring some kind of major hit in extra innings, but Jock had an excellent game. 0 for 4 from Adolis. And that's the thing, too. Let's talk about some strategy here with Bruce Bochy. If Jock Pederson starts hitting well, is anybody with Adolis hitting like he's been hitting? Is anybody too worried about pitching to Jock Pederson? Adolis definitely, look, might just have been a one-off bad game. But you've got to have a guy hitting well behind Jock Pederson, hitting well behind Wyatt Langford in order for this to work. You do. Yeah, TLC, it's well said. The Mariners on a tear just isn't helping. Look, if the Mariners weren't playing so well, I think a lot of us would have a different perspective right now. Rowdy Tellez, 2 for 5. Another great game from Rowdy. You would have loved for him to come through there in extras. Just wasn't meant to be. But Osuna, 1 for 2. Hellman came in 1 for 2. You would have loved Mike Hellman to be playing this entire game, and I think he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. Higgy, 1 for 4. He had a nice knock late. Cody Freeman, 1 for 3. He continues to hit well. Man, I would have loved for both Hellman and Freeman to have been starting again. It just was not meant to be. Today, I think they probably needed to give Hellman a day off. He'd been playing a lot of games in a row. Look, you just got to go to Houston and get it done. Just got to go to Houston and get it done. Big Game James, good to see you, man. Yeah, I think the Angels are cooked in this one, but again, like I told you last night, let's see how Seattle does on the road trip. Let's see how Seattle does on the road trip. I think that's going to be the season. I think it could easily be the season. How does Seattle play on this road trip? You know, it doesn't go well. Who knows where Seattle might be at the end of next week. But you got a big road trip coming ahead. 6 games here. Let's see how they end up. Seattle on the road is 34-41 this year. Not horrible. I mean, you've seen worse road records, but they're not as good on the road as they are at home. And I think that the week before this homestand kind of proved that a little bit. We'll see how they fare on the road. We'll see. Maybe they continue to clean up, but you're playing a Royals team that's still not completely out of it, but definitely got an uphill climb. Royals right now at this point are 6 games out of a wild card spot with 12 games left. Things would have to go really right for them, but they had a nice game today against the Phillies, scored 10 runs. Hopefully the Royals can play some competitive baseball against the Mariners at home, and then the Mariners go to Houston. Right now, though, the Red Sox, you've got Red Sox playing tonight, right, on Sunday Night Baseball. So you hope that the Red Sox take an L, and you hope that somehow, some way, maybe the Angels make a comeback, but at this point, I think that you got to focus on Houston and focus on Boston too. If Seattle ends up cooling off a little bit, great. But I think Houston, I think that also Red Sox, the fact that they have dropped off the Red Sox so much over the past couple of weeks has been very helpful to the Texas cause. So we'll see. We'll be big Yankees fans tonight. I know that sounds weird coming out my mouth, but we're going to be big Yankees fans tonight. I do think TLC, that Houston series, is just absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. I'm excited for it. We'll be here every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, ready to bring you some good stuff. Jonah, yeah, look, I definitely think that it's going to be an interesting week for the Mariners. Can they continue this hot streak on the road? Time will tell. I'm not going to put it past them. They're a good team. I think they've got a lot of quality players, but these road trips at the end of the year are not easy. We'll see how they handle it. Keep rolling. By the way, to finish out today, let's go to the pitching side of things. Latz was not great today, although he gave the Rangers a chance to win. 4 walks, it's just never ideal. The zone was bad today. It wasn't great, and I think that contributed to the 4 walks. So we'll take the 4 walks with a little bit of a grain of salt. The bottom line is the Rangers had a chance to win with Jacob Latz pitching today. It wasn't his greatest outing ever, but I think he pitched well enough to keep the Rangers in the game and get a win. Cole Winn, speaking of, he gave up 1 run today, 1 hit. The home run, just not ideal. Nimmo, especially after you had an opportunity in the top half to go and score some runs, then Nimmo comes ahead and hits that home run to make it 2-0. Made a big difference in the game. Still, though, Cole Winn, 1.53 ERA on the year. He has been really, really good. Milner, 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit. No earned runs. Robert Garcia continues to pitch well. His ERA is now below 3 at 2.91. Robert Garcia, it's been a while since he gave up an earned run. We'll knock on wood for him, but he has been pitching great. You had Armstrong come in, throw a beautiful 9th inning, and then Curvelo, look, you give up a hit to Alonso there, a big hit. Hard to fault him. The ghost runner rule is tough. Look, I definitely feel like it favors the away team. It didn't end up working out for the Rangers today. Just not my favorite rule. It wouldn't have mattered. You give up the home run to Alonso, wins the game anyways, right? I mean, it's kind of a moot point at that. Yeah, the zone was bad the whole series. Garcia sold the lineup as always. I looked at Dolly's last 15 games. Before the injury, he actually was hitting pretty well. But it just hurts. You throw him in the 4 spot today, and he just comes up brutally empty in multiple big ABs. Yeah, the striking out on the ball, nowhere close to the zone. Striking out on 3 pitches there in the 10th inning is just painful. It's just painful. Yeah, I think, Jonah, you might be right. It very well may come down to a game or 2 at the end of the season. Astros do appear vulnerable. Look, like we said on the show yesterday, you're hoping for a sweep either way. You're either hoping the Astros sweep or the Mariners sweep. And look, if we're being hopeful here, if we beat up on the Astros Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're hoping that the Mariners sweep the Astros. It's weird to have to work it that way, but if we beat up on the Astros, you're kind of hoping that the Mariners go for the kill shot. And you're hoping that the Mariners win all 3 in Houston. I mean, we'll have to see where the standings are at. Tonight, obviously, is a big game with the Yankees and the Red Sox playing. We'll have to see what the result is in that one. Go Yankees tonight, I guess. Kind of sucks. We finally took an L. I'm going to have to bust out a new hat tomorrow for the Astros series. I've got a couple other good ones. But this hat had a good ride. 5 or 6 wins in a row. Had a good ride, but we'll mix it up tomorrow. We will mix it up tomorrow. No Fromber or Hunter Brown. We're going to preview that series here in just a second. I do want to say a special thank you to all of my followers, all of my paid subscribers on TikTok, my paid members on YouTube. Thank you so much. For the people that have given gifts on the show today, very generous of you. Thank you. There's a lot of ways to support the show, and we do not take any of them for granted, big or small. So I just want to say a special thank you again to all you. A few months ago, we did open up a brand new subscription, $2.99 a month subscription to the channel. Gets you exclusive access to our Right on Rangers Discord, which has been an incredible community over the summer months. We started it up in May, I want to say. It's an awesome group. I'd love for you to be a part of it. Really the only thing we've monetized on the show where you got to pay to access it. And it's just a way that you can support me additionally from what you already do. Again, $2.99 a month. You hit that little button right next to the chat, that subscribe button. It'll get you in right after the show. We'll get you into that Discord. And then if you are on YouTube, we'll drop the link for you in the chat. You'll have to copy and paste it into a browser of your choice. Appreciate you considering it. Really do. Again, look, if it's not for you, no hard feelings. A lot of ways to support the show. We don't take any of them for granted. But thanks for considering a subscription. Help support us in an additional way. But look, all the support you guys give, we don't take any of it for granted. Thank you so much. We keep rolling. Let's do the preview of the series tomorrow. Let's preview it. So we've got Houston. We've got Texas. We've got the silver boot. Last silver boot of the year. And look, if the Rangers win one game, they will take the silver boot for the season. So look, tomorrow you could potentially own the tiebreak if you win. Tomorrow, though, we are going to have Jack Leiter on the mound against Alexander. We have 7:10 Texas time start. Let's look at the numbers. Rangers do not have a lot of numbers against Alexander. Higgy is 0 for 2. Jock Pederson is 1 for 2 in his career. Silver Boot is the series between the Rangers and the Astros. That's what they call it. Christian Walker against Jack Leiter, 1 for 5. Trammell, 1 for 2. Smith, 1 for 4. Myers, 1 for 3. Dubon, 0 for 4. Diaz, the catcher, 2 for 6 with a home run. Correa, 0 for 2. Caratini, another one of the Astros catchers. It's always a catcher. 1 for 2 with the bomb. Altuve, 0 for 5. So Leiter with actually some pretty good numbers. Some pretty good numbers from Leiter against the Astros. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. But you got for the rest of the series, by the way, if you're curious what it's going to be on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Tuesday, another night game. Merrill Kelly is going to be throwing. Houston has not announced a starter yet for Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, it'll be DeGrom. So if you don't get the game tomorrow, you feel pretty good knowing you've got Kelly and DeGrom back-to-back. If you can win the game tomorrow, you got to feel really good about potentially sweeping the Astros with your two best pitchers lined up. Your two best pitchers lined up for that. We'll see how it goes, but tomorrow's a big game. You win tomorrow, you got a really, really good shot at potentially sweeping the series. I don't want to get greedy. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I like our chances a lot of winning 3 in a row if we can get tomorrow's game. Jack Leiter, he's pitched in Houston this season, pitched pretty well. You go back a couple of months for Jack. We're going to pull it up right now. Pull up the game log for you. When the Rangers were in Houston before the All-Star break, so you got to take it back to July 11th. He went 5 1/3, 3 earned runs, so nearly had a quality start. He did walk 4, but he won the game, gave the Rangers an opportunity, and you just hope he brings that same energy. Chris, I like the enthusiasm, but there's really nothing that points to that happening. I mean, Merrill Kelly, Jacob deGrom, doesn't look like Valdez or Brown are going to be throwing in this series. Definitely running on goodwill and vibes, my guy, but there's little evidence to suggest that the Astros are winning 2 out of 3. Baseball's a crazy game, but I don't think that there's a lot that you can really point to the Astros taking this series, doing 2 out of 3. I mean, look, baseball's wild. Anything can happen. That's why you play the game, but I appreciate the confidence. I don't think there's anything to really suggest that that's going to happen. 8-0 Mariners still in the 4th. Yeah, that game's over. Big game, James. I'm not even hoping on that. I'm not even hoping. Houston. I don't know. Coco, appreciate the comment. We keep on rolling. It's okay. We did what we needed to do. We did. We won 5 out of 6 against 2 NL teams that have real playoff potential. Real playoff potential, baby. I mean, it's good. It's a good road trip. I mean, it's going to be hopefully better with 2 more wins against the Astros. We'll see what happens. I think at this point, things are looking positive for Texas. I'm going to try and keep that glass half full mentality. Today just hurts because you had an opportunity today to win it, and you just didn't get it done. I mean, it just hurts more. It's more disappointing because of that. All right. We keep on going. Let's see if there's anything else. Let me check comments one more time. Appreciate all you guys. If they lose to the Braves, they lose to Texas. You said it. I don't feel a whole lot worried about the Astros series. Anything can happen. Rangers could definitely drop 2 out of 3. Chris, we're not saying it's an impossibility, but I just don't know there's a whole lot to point to it. Texas has looked pretty good against the Astros the last 2 times they faced each other. We'll see what happens. By the way, Wednesday, let me check this out. Wednesday, do we have a day game or another night game on Wednesday? Wednesday's a night game, so it's 3 night games in a row. Thursday, the Rangers, I think, have the day off before they go back home. Yes, Thursday, Rangers, no game on Thursday. Then on Friday, they host the Marlins, I believe. Marlins come to town on Friday. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night games, and then you have got Thursday off. Friday, you start that series with the Marlins. That's the plan. Keep on going. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. Thank you so much for the comments. Look, wish it could have gone better today for Texas. They still win 2 out of 3 in the Big Apple. They win all 3 over the Brewers earlier in the week. They go 5-1 on the week. Hard to complain about that. Go Yankees tonight, I guess. That's what you got to root for at this point in the year. Hopefully the Yankees can beat up on the Red Sox. Don't think the Angels are going to be coming back from 8-0. I would say that game is probably dead and buried at this point for the Mariners. They'll go on the road and they will face Kansas City and the Astros later on in the week. So we'll see how they fare away from Seattle, away from T-Mobile. Should be an interesting week of baseball ahead. We're here for it, excited for it. The Cowboys get a big win over a division rival. Wasn't necessarily pretty. Dak played well. The offense had a nice day, scoring 40 points. But that defense, man, they are missing Obershone. They are missing Deron Bland quite a bit. I think that it will be interesting to see how they look when they are at full strength. I think it's a little bit quick to pronounce this defense as the worst in the league when they're missing 2 of their best players. But the defense was not great today. Make no mistake about it. The defense could have been a lot better today. Appreciate everybody that followed. Appreciate all the comments on the show. Hey, like the show on your way out. If you're watching on YouTube, give the show a like. Would greatly appreciate that. I know it seems like such a small deal, but it really helps us out a lot. If you haven't watched our most recent videos after the show, head to our shorts, head to our vids. Give it a watch, give it a comment, give it a like. I'd appreciate it. There's so many ways to support the channel. You guys do so much already. Thank you, though, for continuing to get the word out on Right on Rangers. We love doing this. We love having you guys post-game. It's a great community of people talking ball. And we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully talking about a Rangers win, getting back to the win column against the Astros tomorrow night. Jack Leiter on the mound. Let's see if Jack can right the ship. A little bit of a rough outing last time out. Hopefully he'll come in to Houston and give a really, really classic performance. That's the plan. All right, y'all. We will hope you have a great Sunday night. We'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And as I always say to end every show, God bless. Go Rangers. Go Cowboys.